And my mom paid cash and bought a new car every 4 years. And all she was a nurse, you know?
Yeah, my generation can't do that. Like
right. But,
like
but still, it shows
like,
don't go into debt. It shows how destructive debt can be. That's the point I'm making, Sabrina.
yeah.
For people to listen and pay attention to. Be afraid of debt, because a debt is slavery. If you get caught up in debt, you can't be free, because somebody owns you then. Somebody owns that debt. I sit here today, Sabrina, and and my mom didn't harp this to me. I learned this watching her. My mom ran the money in my house, not my dad. My mom was the one that did it, not my dad. My dad didn't even drive. My mom drove. But there was a reason for that. I found out later, after my dad had passed, that he didn't drive because of post-traumatic stress of World War II. He was with the anti-tank unit. And so, needless to say, I found out he had to drive over so many dead bodies that he couldn't get behind the wheel of a car ever again. But that was never made known to me until after he was gone. I asked him one time, I said, Dad, you know, because we grew up in the Beaver Cleaver era. And I said, Dad, I said, how come your mom drives and you don't? All other families' dads drive. And my dad just looked at me and says, oh, I don't trust myself. That was good enough for me. I thought, well, if you don't trust yourself, you shouldn't drive, right? And then it was my mom, after my dad passed away. I happened to bring it up the subject one day, and she said, oh, he didn't tell you. That wasn't the reason. And I said, well, what was the reason Dad didn't drive? And she said, well, that was post-traumatic stress from World War II, driving the tank destroyers, apparently over so many bodies out on the battlefield it looked like cordwood. And so he could never get behind the wheel of a vehicle without apparently getting flashbacks or being very uncomfortable.